Hello, my name is Chris, and today I'd like to talk about quit dates, about the pros and the cons of setting a quit date when quitting smoking. I'd like to talk a little bit, but really only a little bit, about why quit dates can be useful to some people in some circumstances, but why they might also be a really bad idea that can do us more harm than good. And I know that might sound strange because quit dates tend to be one of the most universally accepted things to do when quitting smoking. Everyone you speak to, all the advice that we read and we hear and we see says pretty much the same thing. If you want to quit smoking, then you should set a quit date and stick to it. So we just do it without even giving it much thought. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. But I don't think that's always as helpful as maybe we would like. I think quit dates can be useful to some people in some circumstances. I think that they can be useful as a deadline if there are things that we legitimately feel we need to do to give ourselves the best possible chance of a successful quit. If we've decided, for example, that we are going to use nicotine replacement tools, and we need to go out and buy them or book a doctor's appointment or go and see, book in with our local health services smoking cessation clinic, then it can be useful to have a deadline to do that and to say, okay, I'm quitting smoking on Monday, therefore I need to get my arse in gear, I need to go and buy the nicotine replacement, I need to go and book that doctor's appointment, I need to stock up on fresh fruit and vegetables to help me through the withdrawals, whatever it needs to be. I need to get up and I need to do that before Monday. If we are, we're bouncing back from a relapse and we've decided we want to do the relapse recovery plan or to do the designing your new normal worksheet, then it can be helpful to have a deadline to do that. I'm quitting smoking on Monday, therefore I don't want to do those exercises before Monday, so I've got to get my arse in gear and do them. The exercises, by the way, they're in the book, and if you don't have my book, you can also get the worksheets and all the instructions from chrisskoyles.com. I think it's chrisskoyles.com/worksheets. If not, just go to the address and click the worksheets link, and I'll also put the proper link in the description later on. So if you're going to do those worksheets, then yeah, it can be useful to say, I'm quitting on Monday, it's now Thursday, I need to get off my backside and do that. Deadlines, quit dates can be useful if they give us a goal to work towards as we are actively working towards our quit. If we are taking a proactive, role in getting ready for quitting smoking, they can be useful. But if we just set a quit date and then don't do anything different, aren't we just delaying the inevitable? Aren't we just putting it off? Aren't we just procrastinating? We can say things to ourselves like, I'm going to quit smoking on Monday, but I'm just going to give myself these last few days to smoke. The way we word that says an awful lot, don't you think? I'm going to give myself a few days to finish this packet. I'm going to give myself a few days to smoke. I'm going to give myself, as if we're giving ourselves a reward or a treat, something positive. We start to develop this mindset then that cigarettes are positive and we're giving ourselves this opportunity to smoke them. This is a good thing. the more we start to see cigarettes as something that is good, the more reluctant we become to give them up. The more we start to say, I know I should quit, but I'm just going to have these few more cigarettes. I'm just going to have these few more days. The more reluctant we come, the more resistant we come. And the further and further away that quit date is, the more opportunity we have to build up that resistance to quitting. Because we've developed now this mindset of loss, of sacrifice. We've developed this mindset where we're in the frame of mind of saying, I am giving something up. I am losing out. When Monday comes, when my quit date comes, I am going to have to quit smoking. Which is not true. When Monday comes, you get to quit smoking. But we get into this mindset of, oh my goodness, when Monday comes, I'm going to have to give these up. All culminating in that one last cigarette. The one that we romanticize and make such a big deal out of. And I'm not judging, by the way, I did this. We romanticized that last cigarette. Okay, I'm quitting smoking on Monday. It is now Sunday night. I'm going to make this big ceremony out of having this one last cigarette. Standing outside with it in our hands going, for parting is such sweet sorrow. No, it's not. It's just a cigarette. Pardon my language, but that cigarette doesn't give a shit about me. It doesn't give a shit about you. It's just a cigarette. It's not sweet sorrow. It's not some emotional thing that we have going on. It's just a cigarette, the same as every other cigarette we've ever smoked. There's nothing different about it. We build it up into this, it's the last one. Farewell, old friend, for I may never see you again. It's very dramatic, isn't it? That's what we get. That's the mindset we get into. Oh no, I've got to give this thing up. And we have this emotional farewell with the cigarette. And then Monday morning comes and it's no wonder we don't stick to our quit date, because we've just spent the last week telling ourselves that we have to give this up and building up this resistance. And then the night before we had this we strengthened our emotional connection to the cigarettes, when what we should have been doing is quite the opposite. I don't quite know what that was, but there we are. And I know if you've got this far, some of you may be saying to me, Chris, that's not it at all. I want to quit smoking. I'm looking forward to quitting smoking. Chris, I can't wait till my quit date gets here so that I don't have to smoke anymore and I get to quit. My response to that is great. That's really good. So why wait? If you're really looking forward to quitting smoking, why prolong your own misery and suffering any longer than you have to? If I was stood in front of you right now, repeatedly slapping you across the face, well, for one thing, you kicked my ass and made me stop. But let's say that you didn't. And let's say I was just repeatedly slapping you over the face and making you feel miserable. And you said to me, Chris, you slapping me across the face really hurts and really isn't good, and I want you to stop, and I'm looking forward to you not slapping me anymore, but keep slapping me until Monday and then I'll feel better. What? No, you'd say, Chris, stop slapping me right now, you big blonde bully, and you'd make me stop. It's the same with quitting smoking. I can't wait to be free from this, but I'm going to keep doing it for a couple of days. Why? Why deny yourself the freedom, the happiness, the health that you not only deserve but are capable of enjoying? Why continue to pollute and choke and poison and damage those cells and increase those risks of all those awful diseases any longer than you have to? Because, Chris, last time I quit smoking, it was really awful. I didn't like it, and I felt crap. I felt really miserable. But don't you feel crap and miserable now as a smoker? Is that not why you're wanting to quit? You're thinking, okay, I feel really, smoking makes me feel awful and I don't enjoy it at all, but I also don't enjoy the quit process. I want to try and say this compassionately. That's why I'm stalling. I want to say this compassionately. If you already feel like crap, is it not worth just kind of feeling crap for a little bit longer, knowing that inevitably you are going to feel better, than just prolonging your own misery? The way I see it, we've got two choices basically. We can either continue to smoke, continue to feel bad for certain, knowing that it's very unlikely to ever get better. Or we can stop smoking, knowing that we may feel bad for a little bit of time, but we also may not feel bad at all. And we will, and even if we do, we will definitely get better. I've never yet met anybody who says, Chris, I was smoking and I felt awful about it and it really made me feel bad and I wanted to quit, but you know what, Chris, I persevered with smoking and I started to enjoy it and now I feel wonderful as a smoker. It doesn't happen. Well, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I've never met anyone that's happened to. I've met people who always enjoy smoking, but nobody who wanted to quit and then found it got better. Whereas I've met possibly hundreds of people by now who've said, Chris, I felt so bad and then I quit smoking and now I feel so much better. So if we continue to smoke, we know that we're definitely always going to, the longer we smoke, we're always going to feel bad and we'll probably never get better. Because if we always do what we've always done, we will always get what we always got. Whereas if we quit smoking, yeah, we might feel, bad for a short period of time. We might not, but even if we do, we're pretty much guaranteed to start feeling better. I think, well, I'm picking that one because that just makes sense. There's another reason too. I think that for those of us who repeatedly set quit dates and then don't stick to them, all of those quit dates that we don't stick to can very easily become the new big stick that we beat ourselves up with. Every time that we set a quit date and don't stick to it, it's another excuse for that negative self-talk, another excuse to beat ourselves up. I was going to quit smoking on Monday, now it's Friday, and I'm smoking again, and that's bad, and therefore I'm bad, therefore I'm worthless, and therefore there's no point even trying to quit smoking anymore. So what's the point? Might as well just smoke and continue this misery. There goes my laptop. For many people, quitting smoking can be hard enough without pouring all that negative self-talk, without pouring all that emotional self-abuse on top of it, right? We might as well just cut ourselves some slack. As I've said before, if we always do what we've always done, we're always going to get what we always got. If we keep setting quit dates and not sticking to them, then it's very likely that setting a quit date isn't working for us and we need to try another approach. Maybe we just need to say, do you know what, my quit date is now. We want to get onto the other side of a wall, and we decide to do that by running headfirst into the wall, trying to smash through it. We're going to learn very quickly that every time we try and do this, all we're going to do is get a headache. And eventually we're going to say, I'm going to stop giving myself a headache. I'm going to get myself a ladder to get over this wall. If we keep setting a quit date and not sticking to them, maybe it's time to say, setting a quit date isn't working for me. I need to try something different. That's what happened with my quit. I had more quit attempts than I had hot dinners. And trust me, I used to be a lot heavier than I am now. So I've had a lot of hot dinners, but I've had even more quit attempts. So many times I'm going to quit on Monday, and then I was smoking by Friday, by the following week, sometimes even by later on Monday. It was always a good excuse for me to say, what's the point? Why bother? Because I keep failing. In the end, my quit date was the 25th of right now, because I am sick of this crap. My quit date was that cigarette that I've talked about so many times. I was coughing, I was spluttering. I ended up being sick because I just felt so bad with cigarettes. And I was like, right, that's it, I am done. My quit date is now. I didn't say, okay, that cigarette was the worst thing that's ever happened, but I'm going to keep doing that for a couple of days. That cigarette made me feel so awful, but I'm going to finish the rest of the packet first. No, I was like, that cigarette was so awful. I'm done. I am done. And that's not to say that I decided I was done and skipped lightly into my quit and everything was wonderful and happy from there on in. No, I had the cravings, I had the withdrawals, I had all the awful crap that can affect people when they quit smoking. And I went through all that. That's why I decided to start making YouTube videos like this one. Because I was already feeling so bad. So I thought, if I feel this bad anyway, I might as well get all of the feeling badness of quitting smoking. That's not very articulate, is it? Get all the feeling badness of quitting smoking out of the way, knowing that I would feel better. And I did feel better. And I do feel better for that moment when I went, my quit date is now, because I've had enough. I feel so much better today, and I hope you do too, and if not, then I know that you will, if you just stay the course. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of your support. This is the time in the video when I tell you about our wonderful community, Finding Freedom Facebook group of people at all stages of their quit journey, celebrating their successes, encouraging each other through their setbacks. It really is something I'm very proud to be a part of. You can come and join us at facebook.com/groups/findingfreedom. One, for more advice or insights or ideas like I've shared in this video, please do consider subscribing. Or you can pick up a copy of my book. It is called Quit Smoking and Be Happy, available in print and ebook form. And if you already have a copy of the book, please do consider leaving a review. It would really mean a lot to me. Finally, I just want to very quickly say I graduate from my hypnotherapy diploma this weekend, so I am now able to start working with people doing hypnotherapy, not just for quitting smoking, but for things like anxiety, stress, depression, things like that as well. So please do get in touch or visit CJS Therapy if you'd like to know more about that. Whew, that's a lot, isn't it? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Goodbye.